using social media, texting, or other electronic means. An issue arising in today's classrooms with cyberbullying. Introduction. When addressing bullying using social media, texting, and other electronic devices, we must address why it's a cause for concern for students and perpetrators. It's essential that we discuss the overall issue of online bullying and to address why there is a need to ratify the issue. Cyberbullying. Noun. The use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of an intimidating or threatening nature. Cyberbullying, a major issue. As the popularity of social media, texting, and the use of electronics has risen, the occurrences of cyberbullying has also risen. Many parents, administrators, and teachers are at a loss on how to combat the issue. Bullying has always been a problem, even before the technology era, but since the popularity of social media and other technology-based tools, it has been able to take on multiple forms. Bullying has extended beyond the classroom and is able to reach home through technology. Williams, 2014. Major reasons for concerns about bullying through technology. Consistent. Technology allows students to be constantly harassed by peers with little to no relief from bullying due to technology's ability to instantaneously communicate with others all day. Permanent. Once something is uploaded on the internet, it is typically permanent and for many to see. Subsequently, those you're not familiar with can often offer insight and add further to humiliation. Your online presence can also be monitored by future employers, so cyberbullying can hurt opportunities for both victims and perpetrators. It's harder to spot in the educational environment. Since cyberbullying is primarily online, teachers seldom are aware of cyberbullying events, and even if they are, bullies can also post anonymously to protect their identity. This allows cyberbullying to go unnoticed, sometimes until it's too late and the problem has grown. Cyberbullying effects on mental health. Cyberbullying and traditional bullying have been associated with an increase in depression, heightened anxiety, a decrease in self-esteem, and a decline in academic performance within the classroom setting. Cyberbullying seems to have a lasting effect on individuals victimized by it. What can we as a community, parents, teachers, and admin do to protect students from the effects of cyberbullying? How can we promote healthy relationships with social media so that children are less likely to bully online and display good social media etiquette?
So the first challenge related to bullying using social media, texting, or other electronic means, in my opinion, is the bullying can come from anywhere. It's not in person, not face to face bullying. Like you can be on social media and people you don't even know can be going at you, bullying you just about anything. So that is a big challenge that I feel is for this type of bullying using social media and electronic stuff like that. So, two opportunities associated with this challenge, I feel, is the evidence is always obtainable. So, if you put something on social media and delete it, it's still always going to be there. There's always going to be that evidence out there that the police or whoever's looking for it can find. It's never going to go away. And even though if you delete it, you might think you deleted it, but it's still there. That's just one opportunity of this challenge that I feel is there. And so, another opportunity facing this challenge of bullying using social media, texting, or other electronic means is there's a huge increase in these type of cyberbullying occurrences all over the world. So people are thoughtful and they understand. So they set up these cyberbullying hotlines, like the link below is one of them. You go to the link and it'll give you a phone number to call, and they're always there to help. And it's just a great thing that people have thought of that are just trying to help people that have these challenges. So the second challenge related to bullying using social media, texting, or other electronic devices is just people are addicted to social media and their phones, and so a challenge of that is just how it affects an individual when they're being cyberbullied. So what I have came to a realization of is two opportunities that is associated with this challenge. And one of the opportunities is schools are trying to do a better job of creating like a zero phone policy in the classroom. So the kids will get to class, they'll have a pouch or a box they put their phone in, and it'll be there the whole time. And when the class is over, they can get the phone out of the pouch or box, and so they can have it during break or during lunchtime or whatever. So this video is actually a YouTube video of Fayette County High School, which is probably about 30 minutes from the school that I teach at. I teach in Pickens County. This is Fayette County. It's about 30 minutes away. I found a YouTube video of the zero phone policy they're trying to implement in their schools and the success they've had with it. And so the second opportunity associated with this challenge is schools are trying to do a good job with their Wi-Fi network at school. Blocking Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all those social media platforms that students are that are on and they might be getting bullied on. So the schools are trying to do a good job of just blocking that from their network. So maybe kids won't be able to access that at school even when they have their phones out.
Cyberbullying prevention strategies. In order to mitigate the effects of cyberbullying on our students, it is important that parents and schools work closely together. Parental involvement is essential as they are the first line in introducing their children to the online world. Educators must then reinforce the importance of proper and safe online behavior, and schools should have strong policies in place to respond when issues arise. Ways to prevent cyberbullying: parental education, school education, and policies. I would rather be a little nobody than to be an evil somebody. Abraham Lincoln. Parental engagement. Parents need to know that cyberbullying can occur on any gaming device, phone, or tablet, and that teaching your children not to become a bully is the first step. Then teaching your children how to respond to a bully is the next. Parents also need to know the warning signs that their child is being bullied or bullying others. Parents need to educate their children on the perils of online interactions before thrusting them into that world. They need to assist their children in setting up any new accounts to help them with privacy settings, location sharing, etc. And they then should monitor their child's usage of the devices and conduct regular audits of their social media accounts. Parental engagement continued. How not to be a bully. Cyberbullying is defined as anything said or done to embarrass, threaten, humiliate, intimidate, or abuse the intended target. Mean comments, spreading gossip, and rumors about others is cyberbullying. Children need to be taught that they should always treat others how they want to be treated, and that having good character is something that others cannot take away, but that we can give away. When responding to a bully, children need to be taught to not respond, and that bullies are inspired by responses to their behavior and it encourages them to continue. They should be taught that any issue of cyberbullying should be documented and reported to the platform, the school, and potentially law enforcement. And parents should support their child if they are a victim and help them see that they are not to blame. School education. Students should be taught what is cyberbullying and how to respond to it. They should be taught that it can occur on any gaming device, phone, or tablet, and that it is crucial that passwords, privacy settings, location sharing, etc. are kept personal and limited. They also need to be taught that good character is what separates the bullies from the rest of us. Teachers themselves need to help children develop emotional intelligence so that they can learn self-awareness and self-regulation skills and learn how to have empathy for others. They need to role model, reinforce, and reward positive behavior towards others. And they need to encourage peer involvement in any prevention strategies. School policies should have a clear code of conduct that addresses cyberbullying. There also should be a policy that allows teachers to incorporate the rules and policies in day-to-day school interactions, so teachers and students can discuss the rules in class. Furthermore, there should be a reporting system that is easy, confidential, and shows patterns over time. Schools also need to take their role as character educators as seriously as their role as academic educators. They need to recognize that each of their students has the potential to be both a bully and one being bullied. And they need to maintain strong communication with their students so that problems can be identified before they become life-altering. In summary, cyberbullying is incredibly prevalent in our students' daily lives, and it is essential that we take it seriously. As educators, we must work hand in hand with parents to teach our students how to behave online and in person, how to guard themselves from online bullies, and how to resist responding to them and to instead report any behavior that causes them to feel less than the amazing children that they are.
I do believe that cyberbullying is an ever growing problem. Um, I can hear about it through my students. They speak about it regularly. At the school that I currently work at, they even have a T page where they will share bits of information about each other that most students would probably want to be kept private. So I do think this is going to be a
Life in
recurring
great
issue until
ways.
it's dealt with appropriately.
Some school supported digital resources pose a digital security issue. Apps and sites have posed a threat when it comes to student privacy in recent years. Students use different digital tools within the classroom for an array of assignments, often sharing personal information with the site or apps as a means to gain access. When these sites experience breaches and cyber attacks, a student's personal information becomes vulnerable and can end up in the wrong hands. Students' online engagement with others can be a threat to student safety. Students often engage in discussion with others via private message sections of well-known sites or forums, such as Instagram and TikTok. This can pose a threat to safety as children could be engaging in conversation with cyber predators who are seeking to cause harm to the child. Children have to be careful about the information they expose about themselves online and who they are engaging with that can risk them in their family lives. Students subjected to inappropriate content when online. Children, while online, are sometimes exposed to unwanted, inappropriate images of a sexual or violent nature through ads on websites, posts on social media, and web searches. These posts expose children to harmful images and videos that may have an impact on their mental well being. They are also at risk of receiving messages that are inappropriate from predators. One question to ask is, what ways can we make children more aware of internet safety? Another question to ask is, what ways should social media and online resources take precaution for children using their products?
So one of the challenges related to digital security is identifying the authenticity of scam emails, calls, text, or other websites. So two opportunities associated with this challenge of digital security is that most pretty much all devices that you can get these scam emails, text, or calls or view the website on allows the viewer to block the sender. So that is one. And two, for websites, you can go to the link below to actually copy and paste the link of whatever website you're curious of how real it is. You can copy and paste that link, and the summary report of the website can tell you where the address originated from, like the number of users, so you can get a good gauge and a good feel for if the website that's trying to sell you this thing that's 90% off or something like that, see if it's real or not. The second opportunity associated with the challenge of digital security and the authenticity of it is there's many trainings that people can go through to kind of, you know, pinpoint, like, maybe this is a scam, maybe this text isn't real, maybe the website's not real. I know my personal view of this is being employed by the school system, and once a year we get a training course that we have to do, and at the end of it you get certified and kind of in the training to kind of get a feel for these fake emails, calls, text, websites, just to try to make sure that you have a good understanding of what's real and what's not real, so nothing happens to your school email or something like that, so your information gets compromised. The second challenge that I feel is related to digital security is just human error. I mean, so all this digital security stuff, mostly all of it's done electronically, but at some point in time, an actual human has to like put in a code, uh, run a trace, do things like that in these security needs. So, two opportunities that the human error challenge presents is obviously, is so important. There's going to be more higher paying jobs in this field because of the importance of the job. You want great employees doing these things that don't miss the little details, because sometimes just the smallest details and things like this can compromise a whole company's, mainframe, or compromise a whole company's account, so where all their money is and things like that. And the second opportunity associated with this challenge of human error is obviously with the the higher quality of jobs, there's going to be education that goes along with those jobs. So the more universities are offering these types of jobs through education fields of studies, so the people that are actually doing these jobs, they have to be educated in these things or they will not be very good employees.
Digital security, mitigation strategies. In order to mitigate the threats to our digital security, vigilance is the single most important factor. This vigilance should be a shared responsibility between the administration, teachers, and students. It is only with a community-wide approach that the threats to everyone can be lessened. Ways to be digitally secure: awareness, vigilance, reporting. Passwords are like underwear. You don't let people see it, you should change it very often, and you shouldn't share it with strangers. Chris Pirillo. Awareness. Everyone should know that all educational institutions are at risk of falling victim to a cyber attack. And in recent years, K-12 schools have been an increasingly frequent target. From July to August 2020, Microsoft's Global Threat Activity Tracker detected more than 8 million malware incidents, with education being the most affected industry. As a result of the recent rush to adopt e-learning, the field has been exposed to an increase in cyber attacks. Cyber criminals are finding opportunities to defraud schools, steal sensitive information, or deploy ransomware schemes to extort money. Vigilance. Everyone should do. Enable multi-factor authentication. Users who enable MFA are significantly less likely to be hacked, because even if a password is compromised, unauthorized users will not be able to meet the second authentication requirement, stopping them from gaining access to online systems and data. Use strong passwords. Tips for creating a strong password include applying a combination of varying character types, avoiding common words, numerical patterns, and personal information, and using the longest password or passphrase permissible. Vigilance continued. Everyone should also update your software. Schools and districts should install updates as soon as possible to protect their systems, as well as enable automatic software updates whenever possible. And lastly, think before you click. More than 90% of successful cyber attacks start with a phishing email. Reporting. Everyone should know and do. Recognize and report any phishing. Common signs of a phishing attempt include suspicious sender addresses, generic greetings and signatures, spoofed hyperlinks and websites, misspellings, poor grammar and sentence structure, and suspicious attachments. Any occurrence of phishing should be reported to the IT or system administrator immediately. And trust your gut. Everyone should report any instances or encounters online in which they are comfortable or that arouse their suspicion. In summary, digital security can seem like an overwhelming task with all the possible threats that are present, but by everyone working together, it is certainly attainable. All parties have a vested interest in being secure, so students, teachers, and administrators each need to be aware of the problem, be vigilant in maintaining their security, and report all possible threats.
Digital security is definitely a highly related topic to cyberbullying because if you don't have yourself digitally secure, then you don't know who may be accessing information that you intended to keep
Sources.
private.